I will discuss three types of numericals, and these three types of numericals are based on Coulomb's law. First is a free pith ball A of 8 gram carries a positive charge of 5 into 10 ka power minus 8 coulomb. Then what must be the nature and magnitude of charge that should be given to a second pith ball B, which is fixed at 5 centimeter below this former ball, and combination should be such that these two balls are in equilibrium and so that upper ball is stationary. Now we will start solution. And student, in this question we must answer that what should be the nature and magnitude of charge that should be given to a second pith ball B. And here I am indicating first pith ball whose weight is working in the downward direction, and this is the pith ball B, and at this pith ball we have to find out nature and magnitude of charge, and the distance between these two pith balls are approximately 5 centimeter. Now the pith ball B must be of positive charge, that is same nature of charge as that of A. So, and reason is so that upward force of repulsion balances weight of pith ball A, because if the pith ball B is positively charged, then force between these two pith balls will be repulsive, and repulsive force meaning that force will be acting in this direction, that is in the upward direction, and that force of repulsion will be balanced by the weight of pith ball A. And so we will write F is equal to m1g. And what is the F? Applying Coulomb's law, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 and q2 we have to find out. R square will be equal to m1g, and here we have 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, q1 is 5 into 10 ka power minus 8c, q2 we have to find out. R is 5 centimeter, that is 5 into 10 ka power minus 2 meter square, and m1 is 8 gram, convert it into kilogram, g is 9.8, and putting also 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught will be equal to 9 into 10 ka power 9 Newton meter square Coulomb minus 2, and then q2 will be 8 into 9.8 into 0.05 ka square into 10 ka power minus 4 upon 9 into 5, and we have q2 will be 4.36 into 10 ka power minus 3 coulomb. And what should be the sign of this charge? Positive, because if the charge is negative, then attraction force will be act between these two balls, and then these two balls shouldn't be in a equilibrium, and there will be a displacement, and which is not the condition of equilibrium, because charge on B ball should be such that upper ball remains in a stationary condition, and this is only possible when you give pith ball B with the charge in a positive sign. Now question number 1 is type 1 is done. Now students, see the next. Two identical charges Q each are kept at a distance r from each other. That meaning we have two charges each of magnitude q and separated by a distance r, and a third charge q is placed on the line joining the above two charges such that all three charges are in equilibrium. Equilibrium meaning they are at their fixed position. There shouldn't be any kind of displacement among these charges. And what is the magnitude, sign and position of this charge small q? Now we have two charges capital Q and are placed at the point A and C, and these two charges are separated by a distance r. Now third charge small q is placed at point B, and it is such that all the three charges are in equilibrium. Now the charge solution, I am starting solution. The charge Q, that is charge at point B, will be in equilibrium if the forces exerted on it by charges at A and C are equal and opposite. That meaning force acting on this charge Q is 1/4 pi epsilon naught, and first of all I find out the force acting on this charge due to this charge which is placed at point A, and I am supposing that the distance between A and B point is x, then it is obvious that the distance between point B and C will be r minus x. So q upon x square will be equal to 1/4 pi epsilon naught q upon r minus x ka square. These cancel out, and then we have r minus x ka square, and x will be r minus x, and 2x is equal to r, and x is equal to r by 2. Now position of the charge small q is at the distance r by 2 from charge at point A. Now again next part is, since the charge at A is repelled by charge at C, so it will be in equilibrium if it is attracted by charge small q at B, and that is sign of charge small q should be negative, and then force of repulsion between charges at A and C will be equal to force of attraction between charges at A and B, that is KQQ upon r by 2 square, because here x we have r by 2 and k, and students here k is 1/4 pi epsilon naught. small k, and q upon r square, and when we solve this equation we get q is equal to q by 4, right? And now this type of question is also done. Now see the third type of question. 3-point charts plus q each are kept at the vertices of an equilateral triangle of side L. And then we have to determine the magnitude and sign of the charge to be kept at centroid. Centroid is this G point. So that charge to be kept at its centroid, determine the magnitude and sign of the charge to be kept at centroid so that charges at the vertices remain in equilibrium. Now just see the students, at any vertex, the charge will be in equilibrium, if the net electric force due to the remaining 3 charges is 0. And students, we are talking about in every question equilibrium, meaning we are studying electrostatics, in which charge should be at rest. Charge can't be moved in electrostatics. So if the q be the charge and that is placed at G, then first of all we find out the force acting on the charge plus q at point A, and due to this plus q charge, and what is the direction of the force that is acting between the charge plus q and plus q, because these two are positive charge, so there is repulsive force. And when we are finding out the direction of force, then just put the pen here, and then it is the force F1. Then draw the direction of force from this point, and tail of this force vector should be here. And this is, hence F1 is the force, repulsive force, which is acting between plus q and this plus q. And so F1 is force at A due to charge at B, and which is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q into q, and since side of triangle is L, and it works along BA vector because it is the repulsive force BA vector. Now we find out the force at point A at charge plus q due to this charge also. Again these two are positive charge, then put the pen here, and since it is repulsive force, then F2 is the force acting between the charge this plus q and this plus q, and we draw this vector like this because again it is repulsive force. And then F2 also force at A due to charge at C, and it is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q square upon L square along CA vector. And now charge capital Q, so that the charge at the vertices remain in the equilibrium, and we have to determine this magnitude and sign of this capital Q charge also. Now just take the resultant of these F1 and F2. How can we do that? Because this angle is 60 degree. Since triangle is equilateral triangle, then resultant of F1 and F2, so this angle also be equal to 60 degree. And then by the parallelogram law of vector addition, resultant of F1 and F2 and its modulus is f1 square plus f2 square plus 2f1 f2 cos 60, and since magnitude of f1 and f2 are same, then I take f is some other 1 upon 4 pi, and I am taking resultant of f1 and f2 is dash, and it is magnitude f and magnitude f. Then f square plus f square plus 2f square cos 60 1 by 2, and this is 3f square root and f root 3, and then you have 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught magnitude of f q square upon L into root 3, and it is along GA, right? And then force at A due to charge at G is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught QQ upon AG square, and AG square will be equal to, AG will be L by root 3, and 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught QQ upon L by root 3 square is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 3QQ upon L square. Now, this force should be equal and opposite to resultant of this f1 and f2, which is f dash. And so 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q square upon L square root 3 will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 3QQ upon L square. Cancel this one, and then capital Q is equal to Q root 3 upon 3, and which it is Q upon root 3, and equal and opposite, so it is of negative sign. And just see this diagram. Here resultant of F1 and F2 work along GA direction. So this charge should be in equilibrium, that is plus Q should be in equilibrium when equal and opposite force works in the downward direction. So we take Q as a negative sign, and so we have Q will be equal to minus Q upon root 3.